They say water is life, but what if Earth never had it? No oceans, no rivers, no rain. A world baked dry from birth, a planet of silence. Not because there was no one to speak, but because nothing ever learned how. Imagine standing on the edge of a continent that never knew waves. The sky, endless yet hollow. The ground cracked, dry, and sharp like broken teeth. This is not a post-apocalyptic vision. This is not a ruined Earth. This is Earth as it could have been. So today we ask the question, what if Earth had no water at all? Water shaped everything we know. It carved the canyons, it fed the forests, it built the clouds and birthed the storms. It ran through our blood, it whispered through our dreams. But what if it never existed? Without water, the Earth's crust would have formed differently. No oceans to buffer the heat, no ice to balance the tilt of seasons, no rainfall to grind down the mountains into valleys. The planet would be sharper, older, meaner. Jagged ranges like knives would stretch across the continents. Storms of dust would roar endlessly, uncontrolled by oceanic air currents. Without water, life doesn't die. It simply adapts. Somewhere in the shadow of obsidian cliffs, beneath a sky choking with dust, life claws its way into being. Not with liquid blood, but vapor cores. Not with lungs, but vents. Not with eyes, but vibration-sensing skins that ripple at every tremor. On a dry Earth, air becomes the ocean. Creatures don't swim, they drift, weightless in the heated winds. Their skin isn't moist, it's armored, heat-reflecting. They don't breathe oxygen, they consume static, electromagnetic tension, mineral vapor. Their world is built from silence. No rivers to sing, no waves to crash, just the sound of dust scraping across stone, and the heartbeat of something that shouldn't be alive. Kan motsin vadko kan mokap chan dain hushong, leo lenvach ja, tam dung doi luong an sang, yutubao troi joruk. Evolution here doesn't follow Earth's playbook. It mutates under pressure. It feeds on minerals, on radiation, on memory. On a planet where there is no water, heat becomes the god of life, and everything worships by surviving. If this glimpse into a waterless Earth leaves you breathless, you're not alone. At No Way, we dive deep into what might have been and what still could be. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the impossible, because reality is just one version of the story. Look up. What do you see? On our Earth, you'd see clouds, shifting giants of moisture painting the heavens. But here, nothing floats. There are no clouds, no rain, no softness, just the raw gaze of a star staring without mercy. Without oceans to feed evaporation, the sky becomes a sealed vault. The atmosphere grows thin, then unstable. There are no weather patterns, no lightning, no cooling breezes. Winds whip up from the superheated surface, dry and electric. Sand becomes airborne, a constant choking haze. Sunlight doesn't scatter like it does on our blue planet. Instead, it stabs through like knives. The sky is not blue, it's bronze, purple, black during midday if storms of dust rise high enough. Without water, Earth's skies don't offer comfort. They threaten. And yet, something watches. In every survivalist species, one instinct remains: to reach upward, even if there's no heaven above. Earth's basins still exist. The scars of ancient impact, of crustal motion, they're still here. But in a world without water, they don't hold seas. They hold something far older and far more dangerous. Liquid rock, toxic gas pools, frozen methane, pockets of pressure so great that even without life, they pulse. We call them fire oceans, lakes of heat that bubble beneath fractured surfaces, remnants of volcanic fury unchecked by any hydrological cycle. On our Earth, water cools the crust. It feeds magma back into the mantle. Here, without that balance, volcanic activity rages on uncontrollably. Super eruptions become common. Continents fracture under constant thermal stress. Fire takes the place of water. And still, something moves within the heat. Evolution doesn't fear extremes. It builds its empires in them. Water is memory. On Earth, it's the medium through which life stores, processes, and transmits, from DNA to thought to dreams. So what becomes of consciousness when water never existed? Maybe thought still forms, but it is dry, rigid, unforgiving. Creatures here might not remember in the way we do. They absorb, imprint, etch data into crystal. Knowledge is carved into bone, passed not through speech but through resonance. Imagine a species that learns through vibration patterns in stone. A hive of minds not flowing like rivers, but locked in place like statues that hum to each other across miles of silence. These are not dreams. They are not metaphors. They are the echoes of a planet that never cried. But what if, just once, water did fall? A comet, an ice moon, a chance delivery from the cosmos. Would it soak the ground or boil away instantly? Would it give birth to something new or wake something ancient? Water brings change, and change rewrites everything. The fire oceans would hiss, the stone mines would fracture, and in that steam, maybe, just maybe, a different kind of life would rise. One that remembers what never was. One that questions its own dryness. Would the dry world accept this invader, or would it purge the liquid like a virus? This Earth, this dry, breathless, burning world, is not just fiction. It's one coin flip away from truth. If a few icy asteroids had missed us, if solar winds had stripped more atmosphere, if gravity had leaned a little too far from home, we would never have tasted rain, never learned to swim, never cried. We would be silent. So next time you touch the ocean, or drink a glass of water, or watch the clouds roll in, remember, it didn't have to be this way, but it is, and that makes all the difference. If this vision of a waterless Earth has shifted something inside you, let us know. Like, share, and subscribe to No Way. We explore not just what is, but what could have been, and sometimes what still might be. Because out there, in the dryness of deep time, lie truths that never got the chance to flow. What if Earth had no water?